The anime version of the Moro arc has been confirmed, and the Dragon Ball Super Remake has been confirmed. So, Genki Damatsuri is the event that is going on right now as of the time of this recording, January 25th, big event in Japan. It's the climax event for the 40th anniversary of the publication of the Dragon Ball manga, and they had told us that there would be two big announcements plus a video game announcement. I just did two live streams going over these announcements live on stream, translating in real time. And so I'm going to summarize the announcements here. The first big announcement was that we're getting Dragon Ball Super Galactic Patrol. It's called Genki Patrol in Japanese. In English, Galactic Patrol, I believe, is what the title will be. That is going to go over the Moro arc, the Granola arc. I don't think we've gotten a firm date for the broadcast of this, but we're getting it in the not too distant future. It's been confirmed. But the fact that they didn't show full on animation for this, they did show some animation for the other stuff. Well, that tells me that this is going to air a bit later. It's not coming that soon, but it's coming at some point in the not too distant future. So Dragon Ball Super Galactic Patrol, I think a lot of people will be very happy to hear this. This is what a lot of people in the Dragon Ball fandom have been wanting, to continue the Dragon Ball Super anime with the stuff that hasn't been animated yet. We still don't know what's going on with Black Frieza and all the manga. There has been no announcement as of the present moment regarding Black Frieza and the continuation of the manga. That is on Shueisha's shoulders. I don't know what's going on with that. We don't know in public, at least. Behind the scenes, I'm sure they have some ideas and they're probably working on it, but we don't know yet. So, second announcement that was made was the new game. So there's a new game coming out. We don't know the name of the game, but the project title is Age 1000. So this is a reference to the calendar system in Dragon Ball. There's, age 750, age 800. That's the years in Dragon Ball. Age 1000 means that this is a story that's going to be taking place in age 1000. And that is the, not that near future, but, not that distant future either in Dragon Ball world. That's really interesting. And another interesting tidbit is that there's a new main character designed by, illustrated by Toriyama. Toriyama was apparently very involved with the sette, the backstory, the lore, the world building of this story. So this really reminded me of that old Dragon Ball Online game that was taken offline, that didn't really go anywhere. I think it was for Korea at first, right? And there's a ton of lore that was developed for that game that people have done tons of videos about. It's very interesting. And Toriyama was involved with that to some extent, right? He did a lot of that stuff, I think, behind the scenes. But this sounds like that, but there's going to be differences, obviously. They're not just totally taking that as is. So that's the new game. They're going to announce more details on April 19th at the Dragon Ball, was it like Game Hour 2026, something like that, on April 19th in Los Angeles. That's a 2-day event that's focused on Dragon Ball game stuff. They're going to be doing like some kind of exhibition tournament with like trophies and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out for that. And then the second announcement was weird, but it was also confirming the rumor that everybody's been talking about, Dragon Ball Super Beerus. There's a new anime coming out called Dragon Ball Super Beerus. It's not much of an anime because it's basically a remake of the Battle of Gods portion of Dragon Ball Super. Although when originally released, it was still Dragon Ball Z. It was Dragon Ball Z, Kami to Kami. So anyway, it got rebranded to Dragon Ball Super, afterwards. The point is, Akio Ioku called this an enhanced version. He said there's better Sakuga, better animation. So I don't know if this is a 100% full remake or if they're using some old elements. I don't know. Kind of weird. But this is basically confirming the rumor that we got, that we were going to get a remake of Dragon Ball Super, except the thing is that this is only Battle of Gods. They have not confirmed that we're getting a remake of Resurrection F, of the Universe 6 and 7 arc, of Goku Black and Tournament of Power and all that. There's no indication that that is the case. It's only Battle of Gods. It's called Dragon Ball Super Beerus. It's going to be airing on Fuji TV this fall 2026. Now, given that this is only Battle of Gods, how long could this possibly be? 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes at the most. But what Ioku is saying is that they're trying to depict Beerus as a more fierce and intense and intimidating character, trying to make him scarier. I don't know about that. We'll find out. We'll see. But the trailer that they presented really presented Beerus in that light. He came off as more scary. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Also, the trailer didn't show Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It didn't show Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. So does that mean that this remake, the 4th version of Dragon Ball Super Z Battle of Gods, is not going to fix the Daima problem with Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta? At this point in time, that seems to be the case, which is extremely frustrating. Extremely, extremely frustrating. But we'll find out in the fall. But anyway, this makes me think that we're going to get Dragon Ball Super Beerus first. That's going to be 4, 5, 6 episodes. And then maybe after that, not too long after that, we'll get Galactic Patrol, right? That would make sense because they've already given us a date and a rough date, fall, and a trailer that is animated, a lot more visuals for Dragon Ball Super Beerus. They didn't do that with Galactic Patrol, which to me indicates that they're focusing on Beerus first because that's the start of the super, overarching story. And then after that, they'll go to the new stuff, right? That seems, to me, that makes logical sense. But I don't know, maybe they've announced something already by the time I put this video out. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not out of date. But that is basically it. Those are the big things. I was most surprised by the fact that Toriyama was working on this game they said something like, they've been working on the Age 1000 game for like 6, 7 years, if I remember correctly. So that's been a long time. But these big games, these triple A or A-ish kind of games, of course, take many years to develop. And so it's not that surprising, but we are going to get to see new artwork by Toriyama. Of course, this is part of the marketing thing, right? To get Toriyama involved with a project automatically means you're going to get more eyes and interest on the project. So yeah, it is marketing, but it is still interesting that we are going to get to see more Toriyama work, despite the fact that he already passed away, right? We are going to get to see some new artwork and some new stuff that he did. And some of the stuff that he did for Age 1000 may eventually be somehow, right, woven into Dragon Ball Super, into the mainline continuity, into the overall lore. These things may connect because if Toriyama is involved, right, then it's presumably there'll be connections there, even though Age 1000 isn't going to, for example, reveal how Black Frieza, how that whole thing plays out, right? Like they're not going to spoil that story. But also Goku does appear in the trailer for Age 1000. So the host was asking, so how does Goku play into all of this? And it's like, we can't tell you, we can't tell you, we can't tell you. So they couldn't provide any more details. That's all we know. So I'm happy with the Galactic Patrol anime adaptation. I know it's not like universally beloved, but I'm glad to get new Dragon Ball. So that's in the near future, hopefully within the next year. And I really don't care much about the Dragon Ball Super Beerus anime part. It's really underwhelming, but it's exactly what people said. I don't know. Maybe if that does well, then they'll seasonally readapt all of Super. But I don't know. I don't really care, but I will watch it. And I hope that they will fix some of the issues going on between Daima and Super so that we don't have this kind of conflict in the fandom. Like we need to know, like this is how things connect and we can all be on the same page together. So anyway, that's it. I think, it was interesting. It was not horribly disappointing. I think they gave the fans what they want, which is good. And they also did something that they want for their own reasons, right? The Super Beerus thing, like, whatever. But we'll see in the fall if that's any good. 4th version of Battle of Gods, not looking forward to it, but hopefully we'll be pleasantly surprised. So anyway, that's it. I think I won't be doing any more Genki Damatsuri videos, probably. Hopefully the next one will be just one of my usual scripted videos. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think about these announcements. I would love to hear other people's opinions. Did you enjoy it? What was your favorite announcement? What was your most hated announcement? Drop me a comment. Appreciate all your support, guys. See you in the next one.